It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and I want to thank everybody that actually shows me love and subscribes to my show. In the house of the legend, we have a legend. This guy's been around for a long time. He represents hip hop, and he really does represent hip hop. Um, and in the house of the legends, I bring you international DJ, producer, DJ Finesse. What's going on, dude?
Peace, my brother. How are you, Mr.
Quite.
Tyrone Lowe? Thank you for having me, sir.
Hey, yeah, man. Welcome to my show, The Legends.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about you, man. Talk about the early days. How did you actually get into the craft of actually putting music into your life, man?
70s, man. I pretty much was born into music. Coming out of Elizabeth in the Newark, New Jersey area,
Okay,
Plainfield area. We had Parliament Funkadelics, and coming through the West Orange area, we had Cool in the Gang.
right.
Those guys were out there, and it was just a timing thing that was a destiny ordained, where at age 7, around 1978, is when I began to really grab hold to what hip hop was. Was
Hmm.
about 7 years old. It was the summer. I didn't turn 8 yet.
Right.
And, we had opportunities from being in Elizabeth, New Jersey to be right across the bridge, over the Gothwood Bridge over Staten Island, to
Hmm.
get to Staten Island. So we were able to have access to, New York and New Jersey's merge with building a hip hop culture.
Okay.
And we had the Treacherous Three and the Crash Crews and Ray Vaughn and Johnny Wall's Magnificent Sevens, the
Hmm.
Force MCs before they were called the Force MDs. In
Right.
addition to in addition to what the Bronx was doing with Africa Bambaataa, Cool Herc, and Grandmaster Flash, and we had one guy that was a musician by the name the late Ed Duke Booty Fletcher
Okay.
that happened to been from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and everything else skyrocketed after that. So I had an opportunity to not just grab hold to what the mainstream got an opportunity to see listening to the Sugar Hill movement, but
Right.
prior to that, having the cassette tapes of
Right.
guys
Right. Right. Okay.
before there was a hip hop record,
That's
having
right.
the Crash Crews and the Treacherous Threes and these guys that I mentioned
Hmm.
that gave me an opportunity as a kid.
Hmm.
I look back at it because I look at a 7-year old now, man, and I could imagine what the adults was doing, looking at me at age
Right.
7 and saying, and it's brand new music. Who is this little kid that understands this rhythm and nobody ever really heard it before coming from, it was
Right.
a game changer. And it made me the most popular kid in to memorize the Treacherous Three and the Crash Crews and the Force MCs and the Magnificent Sevens made me famous all from debut. Man, this
So,
kid, he sit there and rap, man. what's
so
that? What's
you,
that?
so my thing is that out of all of them, who actually gave you inspiration from that? Was it just the actual crew itself, or was it just the beat of the music?
Rayvon and Johnny
Okay.
Wah from Harlem
o-
and
Okay.
the Magnificent Seven were the most inspiring to me
Hmm.
because they gave me the elements of harmonizing.
Right.
You know, they gave me the elements of bridging what I was doing prior to hip hop with a kind of a singing chant to the
Hmm.
hip hop flows and the break beats that we use,
Right.
uh, the to be reels and the rock skate roll bounces and all of the James Brown
Right.
samples that we had to do. And those
Hmm.
guys were the most inspiring, in addition to the Crash Crews and the Treacherous Threes. And I'm gonna mention the Force MCs before the world known them as the Force MDs.
Hip hop has came a long way as far as the history itself, and we're also going to pay homage to 50th anniversary of it. I want to mention that as well.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
you've been around for a very long time, and How did you feel when you actually heard explicit lyrics?
Game changer. Prior to hearing that, we the closest thing we got to that sound of rhythm and lyric
Mm-hmm.
element of emceeing was Muhammad Ali, black poets, poetry.
Mm-hmm.
But you're floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee
Mm-hmm.
into a rhythm
Right.
can make history. So, the poetry always was there, coming from the DJ's perspective.
Right.
DJing was so important because there
Mm-hmm.
was no such thing as sampling. So
Right.
it was
Right.
really art to catch that before the artist started singing to keep the beat rolling for the crowd to be able to, the
Right.
MC to get the crowd involved and get the party
Well,
rolling.
well, growing up, rap to me, my first experience was actually uh, Pigmeat Markham. Here come the
That's even
judge.
yeah, that goes in, yeah, that's goes now
That
you're
was
talking
rap.
even deeper. That's
And
deeper.
then I remember being at a friend's house, and I was actually introduced to the Last Poets.
Yeah, yeah. So
They
yeah,
had
I
a.
see you.
You understand what I'm saying? And that was the sequel. That was an introduction to me. And then again, when I got into the streets, they took all these elements and they made it into one pattern, and it synced into a thing called hip hop. So can you tell? Can you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that was a merge, and there was a time from where I got an opportunity to grab really great, grip on the
Mm-hmm.
hip hop culture. Um, yeah, because it was an era coming out of the '60s and what the
Right.
'70s felt like, and where Black unity and the Black Panthers and things of that was needed in the urban communities, man.
Right.
And it was just an opportunity of an escape, where you can, with all the oppression that was going on in America,
Mm-hmm.
people can get together and unite all nationalities, not just black folks, but
Right.
all nationalities were able to have that one thing in common. The hip hop culture. We all respect the rhythm and we all appreciated each other
Mm-hmm.
underneath that umbrella of the rhythm of hip hop. So
Right.
super duper important. Um, when they just said it was just a fad and it would just stay in the New York, New Jersey area.
Right.
No, man. The thing about music, all music, not just hip hop, is
Mm-hmm.
it's one thing to hear it, but when you can
Right.
feel it, when you can
Yeah.
make a person feel what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
that
So
creates serious energy, man, and
yeah.
wonder.
So let's take it back to then, and let's take it back to now. Would you say that the message is still the same, or has it come to a transition?
It's a transition for sure,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man, because we pioneered on self-production.
Mm-hmm.
Today's marketing dollar appears to be on the self-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
When we battled, it was just to sharpen up your skills, man. We didn't want to
Right.
fight and kill each other. If you
Mm-hmm.
see the b boys and the b girls, breakdancing is in the Olympics today. So hip hop didn't die. The
Right.
elements of the MC and the DJ just kind of
Yeah.
took a shadow. But the b boys are now in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll see them, and it'll look like a fight if you remember the Beat Streets and the Crush Groove movies.
Right.
It looked like a group of people like the Warriors was about to start a
Yeah.
gang fight,
Right.
and then
Right.
out
Right.
out of nowhere, music would pop on, and they'll start breakdancing, and everybody lived and had a great time doing it.
It's very few that actually gave a positive message, especially to the youth now. I feel that even though that they're mostly engaged with hip hop right now, I think they should come out with a more positive message towards them, so they can actually connect. Because I think it's very much in need right now. And what do you have to say about that?
Um, of course, the MCs were rapping, but today's marketing dollar, again, I said it looked like it's on the self destruction,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because we was about peace, unity, and love, man. And
Right.
today, with the gang approach, and the thug approach, and
Mm-hmm.
where we didn't want the kids to live fast and die young. We wanted them to live smart and grow old.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like Tupac and Biggie, we didn't. It wasn't about a war and people die. It was about people, you know, pushing each other's skills, and let's see
Right.
how good you are today. And it's like two kung fu masters just training each other. Let me see where you are today,
Right.
and that's how I got it. And today, you know, it's not a coincidence, man. The marketing dollar where they separating the young from the old, to me, is the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Because the elder statesmen such as myself and others,
Right.
to these kids today, that
Mm-hmm.
that are children, uh, they don't want us to be connected because the education is with the maturity and the experiences that come with what we've seen, and what how important it is to take what we've seen yesterday, to
Right.
respect today, to be able to give and pass the torch to tomorrow's
Right.
future. And it seems like they're trying to block that. It's like they're trying to, they're pushing kids to go to prison and commit crimes and
Mm-hmm.
do drugs and fentanyl, killing everybody, and that's not good, man.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
yeah.
don't see anybody standing up like I am with the
Mhm.
credentials and credibility and resume like I have to be
Right.
able to do it. So I see that it's the energy, whether you call them God or whomever, whatever names, many names, is
Mm-hmm.
ordaining me because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have the street credibility. I've been to prison. I have the credibility there, and I have the industry's credibility as well. So this
Okay.
is what the youth want to see, because if they're anything like me, you can have a master's degree, a PhD in reading books and studying what it was like to lose a mother. But if you
Mm-hmm.
still have your mother, you can't talk to a person that lost their mother
I
more
hear you.
better than a person that have lost their mother, and what
Mm-hmm.
you need to do to cope to do this, and how do you get through these. Here's where my counseling skills come
Right.
in, my brother, where I get to mentor these young people, because you have guys that's in the industry right now who is rhyming and they're superstars. The marketing dollars on them,
Right.
but they don't know what it's like to be in those state prisons, and they never been facing 30 years before to tell a youth why not to. They never
Mm-hmm.
overdosed before, or had family members that overdosed in front of them, and or had gun shootouts and things of that
Right.
nature, where the destruction lays
Mm-hmm.
and the solution and why not to. So
Right.
the marketing dollar is not on them, man.
Right. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into the production side of you, man. He has
Okay.
a track called "Turn Up," and I want everybody to listen to it, support it, download it, do what you got to do to get it. But I think it's hot, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up. That's right. When you at the club, doing what you do, and this badass grinding all on you, bouncing all around to the funky sound, dropping like it's hot all over the ground. Gas move like the air, and she caught that wing, nails toe and her hair done right. What you think? And she feel that drink, and she's feeling you, and your bag is right. What to do but to turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up. That's right. Club gave you some work, dropped you off that pack, and you gave your word. You gon' get right back. Pulled up on your block, you gon' flood your hood. Whole team is on point, business looking good. 12 nowhere in sight, you feel like the man. And it's Friday night, and you need some plan. Eyes are watching you, then out of the blue, Jack boys hit your crew. What to do but to turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up. That's right. At the job all day, you worked hard all week. Boss Sits on your nerves all day on your feet. Time is moving slow, back and forth you go. You can't wait till 5. You gon' hit that dough. Gon' get your nails done, gon' get your toes done, gon' get your hair done, gon' have some fun. Gon' pop that bottle, smoke got you high, yo. Girl, be that motto, you know you fly, yo. Go fill that truck up, go call your girls up, y'all go get you gone, girl, and turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday, turn up, turn up. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Turn up. That's right.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Turn around. You ain't really down.
Really now.
Playing the games you do.
Someday, everything will be alright.
Yeah, that different people make the world go round.
Because of you, my dreams are coming true.
That erases my rainy day.
Right now, I don't care who's watching.
For whatever the reason there might be.
With your love by my side, the world will be mine. You're the one for me.
Yeah.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And we have DJ Finesse in the house. What's going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, Tyrone Lowe? Once again, thanks for having me, my brother.
Yeah, so let's talk about the production side of you. How long have you been actually producing music?
Since day one. That's one of the pluses, the super plus of my career and where I came in at. Because most of the pioneers that I know can not only DJ or MC, they can do both.
Right.
Some can sing, and we had to understand from day one, and this is where the DJing came in with
Right.
how to put what beats where to make the crowds do what we wanted them to do.
Okay.
So that gave
Before
me
we
an early jump.
right before we move on, can you turn your camera on? Your video is off. If not, we can still do it audio.
No, I
Doesn't
got
matter.
you. I got you.
Okay, cool.
Here we
All
go.
right, that's what's up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so, what made you really get into production? Did you really hear something one day and you said, "Well, listen, I just want to start laying these tracks down"? Or
No, everything hit me at one time. That's why I'm so
okay,
multi-talented.
right.
I understood every aspect of what happened. Every sound, I found them.
Hmm.
From the voice to the keys to the drum to the horns, everything that I was able to grab hold to.
Right.
It's funny, I was talking to Stevie D from the Force MDs,
Right.
and I said, man, we got to do a movie, man. And this is another area where I pray that you and I can work. He said, can you create that? I said, of course I can recreate that.
Yeah. Okay.
And just being able to hear and understand, and that everything else is a gift to know where to put what. I believe the DJing enhanced the production side of me because I know exactly what songs made the crowd do what, and then I understood the rhythm that went on top of the sounds that
Right.
made everything complete. Yeah. So it
And
was
that's pretty
everything
cool.
just came
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Any particular type of music that you like to produce, or you try to do it all?
All music, man. I'm a music lover. If it's a hit record, all I need is 10 seconds. And I say, whoa, that's a hit record. Uh,
Okay.
the Bee Gees, man. I love the
Okay.
Bee Gees
Now you're
before
talking.
hip
Now you're
hop.
talking.
I knew it was a hit record as soon as I heard Stephanie Mills. I used to hear mom cooking Stephanie Mills. Uh,
Right.
some people even have, whatever they're gonna say about the LG community, but I remember when I was younger, my mom was in the kitchen cooking that chicken. She put on Sylvester.
Right,
And man,
right.
Sylvester, when you are my friends, and man, he rock too. So I
Yeah,
said it's
most
a people
definitely.
thing. It's a people thing. We got to figure out how to get around the dividing and the conquering because this is where my way right. I'm Christian. My way right. I'm Muslim. No, my way is right. I'm Catholic. No, my
Mhm.
way is right. I'm black. I'm Chinese. I'm right. And what? That's a divide and conquer to me. How do we win-win? What's going to be a win-win with the contribution that we can all put on planet Earth so we can all live in harmony? That's where I am with it, and that's what's working for me. Solution. This is where the solution lies. Win-win.
I feel that the unification process is something that's really, really overdue. And I think that it should have been labeled back from back in the day where it could have been in conjunction with what's going on today. Do you agree with that?
I super agree with that. Where
Okay.
you know, greed steps in. In war. I do my research where casualties of war happen. Whom that didn't get killed were either utilized for slavery or sold.
Hmm.
And now this is what we're dealing with today, and where they say the strong survive, and the weak shall perish. You never
Right.
see a lion attack a gorilla. That
Hmm.
he got to fight that meal, but poor deer come through that doesn't have the heart to fight back or
Right. Right.
the ability to do so is
Right.
easy prey. So it's the
Hmm.
same thing where the dividing and the conquering and the weak and whom gets the weapons and the heart to just take over happens. But it's a solution because at the end of the day, for myself and my team, even my interns eat, man. Everybody got to get something.
Right.
We got
Right.
to,
Right.
we got to win-win, man. I don't want to win and anybody lose, and
Hmm.
vice versa. Who put the most in or who did the most work, and that's the percentage ratio where it's separated fairly. And then let's go, man, and let's win-win. There's no strings attached. You don't need a magnifying glass. What comes out of our mouth, my brother Tyrone, and we shake hands on is what the deal is. I put my
Right.
life on it. I put
Hmm.
my life on it.
Hmm.
I'll do my part.
Right. I usually ask all my artists that comes on the show, and I think it's very informative for people to know, especially from different people from different types of music. So my question to you is that they have a lot of upcoming artists that's coming up right now, whether it's hip hop, house music, opera, whatever. Can you give them anything that would actually inspire them to keep going instead of you know being let down? Because it's a lot of letdowns and they want to give up. So you have anything inspiring to say to them?
Don't get caught up on the cameras. Don't get caught up in titles. We have an internet today that can reach the world.
Hmm.
Do your part. Um, Product's going to sell itself. And if you put yourself in the mindset of understanding that this is entertainment
Hmm.
business, and you're about your business and you learn your craft,
Right.
uh, the three-step rules to success that I learned from Wealthy. Know what you want to do, learn how to do what you want to do, and go and do it. And
Hmm.
if you have a hit record, I don't care who you are, what color you are. Like I hear reggaeton songs when that was beginning to happen, and people that's from overseas that don't even speak English, but they understand the rhythm, and it's a hit
Hmm.
record. I don't know what they saying, but whoa, that's hot.
You too. You're right. You're right. I can't
Yeah.
argue with
So
that
when we,
fact.
we got to figure out how to, you know, get around that stuff, and we got to figure a way around the greed and the marketing dollar, and we have to be able to be honest with ourselves and each other
Hmm.
and say, hey, man, we don't want to promote the negative. If I say anything about a negative, for me, it's to identify so people will know. And this is what worked for me when I go into the inner cities because they know I've been there.
Right. Right.
It's not a guy who's read a book and or have come in, trying to be teach the choir and all that stuff. Nah,
Hmm.
this guy really survived that. Like I'm the youngest out of nine with my mom,
Hmm.
five guys and four girls. With three of my brothers are deceased from my mom's wound. Two of
Right.
my sisters are deceased. Both my parents are deceased. I've lost children, so I know how to utilize the music to captivate the ear and grab the attention.
Right.
And now that I have your attention, let me teach you, or let's educate and let's teach each other.
Right. Okay.
You know,
So
so
my
that's
question
important.
to you is, uh, what kind of things are coming up to you right now, and things that are coming up right now? Can you tell the viewers, and can you make it quite brief?
Yes. Gang reform, prison reform, solution to the community of the naive, mental health. These are the things that's on my desk and what I work hard for.
Hmm.
And I utilize the celebrity to reach the people. So please support what I'm doing because supporting me, if you help me, then we can help the rest of us. And then it can
Right.
really be a win win. I want to create, no, I don't want to, I am creating like no other, jobs around the country, near every major city, solutions, prison reforms, not just if you've been to jail or any of that stuff or been in trouble, but just suffering hardship. The
Hmm.
team that I'm building is about solution and putting people to work and not just giving them minimum wage, but enough to survive. So
Right.
this is the thing that I encourage the people to support me. That's I don't see anyone like me. Where is Jay-Z, Master P, Russell Simmons, so forth and so on's warehouse in every major city or near every major city in America at least that's creating jobs and opportunity for the people. Give me
Right.
one.
I really can't do that. But I have to say this though, man. It's been an honor to have you on my show, man. Uh, Thanks for
Thank you,
giving us
my
the
brother.
knowledge, the wisdom, and an understanding about things of what's going on, especially in your world, man. And this has been another T-Lo video production, and we're gonna close it off with one of DJ Finesse's tracks. So listen, you guys stay tuned, and hey, my brother, come again. We'll
Yes,
see each
sir.
other. You
May I
know.
say something very briefly?
All
The
right, go ahead.
first track that you heard is for the party, for everybody to and let's get turned up, turn up. The second one that you're about to hear right now is kind of for the streets,
Right.
and I'm talking directly to the streets. And I'm showing my skills, but it's not about me being an artist. It's about me showing the executives in corporate that I am capable of still putting a team together and put the money and put the resources and the attention on us because we're about solution and not
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Support the
So
movement.
All right. So this has been another T Love Video Productions, and you guys stay tuned for another episode. Thanks a lot, Finesse, for coming through.
Salute, my brother. Thank you for having me, brother Tyrone
All
Lowe.
right
Let's
now.
work. Let's work. Let's
Oh,
work.
we
You and
definitely
I.
will. We definitely will. Okay.
Film and support the clothing line. Finesse Fashion.
Check, check. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes and I can't see. I'm trying to reach my destiny. And niggas trying to take my life away. Fuck y'all niggas hating on me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Nigga, watch what you say when you mention me. Cause I'll come and kill you. Hey yo, these rap cats be killing me. Filling the industry with bullshit trilogy. Remember me, nigga, as I said straight. Bandwagon leaves at 5. Don't be late if you missed it. You probably dissed it. Now all around Finesse, you see nitroglycerin mentally blowing up.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.